I'd been hitched for 3 years and my hubby Max White treated me with the same affection as on our wedding day. He didn't give a hoot about my inability to have kids. In fact, he comforted me saying he was keen on being child-free and that we were a perfect match. I trusted him wholeheartedly, thinking I was the luckiest woman on earth. That was until one day when I spotted him strolling arm in arm with a visibly pregnant woman on the street. Only then did I realize I'd been cruelly duped. When I confronted him, he acted all nonchalant. "It's just borrowing a womb to have a child. You can't bear kids and I need to leave a legacy for the White family," he said without a hint of remorse. I scoffed bitterly. "Fine, go ahead and leave your legacy. I won't be around to witness it." After a fierce row with Max, I stormed home. Not long after, he followed. The moment he stepped through the door, his face was like a thundercloud, and he hollered angrily, "Vivian Smith, are you nuts? Mandy Green is pregnant. What if you scared the baby with your yelling?" I gave him a frosty glance, my voice laced with sarcasm. "Scare the baby? Well, blame yourself for not providing a stable environment for it to be born into. Vivian, stop being so harsh. Didn't I already explain? Mandy is not my mistress. She's just carrying our child. Once the baby's born, it'll be raised by you and call you mom." I stared at his flushed, furious face, his eyes bulging with rage. I suddenly questioned my judgment. Who exactly was this man I had chosen? Seeing my silence, Max clenched his jaw and stormed into the bathroom. I numbly retreated to the bedroom, slumping to the floor against the door. In my trembling hand was a pregnancy report I had picked up from the hospital just an hour earlier. Tears welled up in my eyes, dripping onto the words 8 weeks pregnant on the report. Despite being told by doctors 3 years ago that I couldn't conceive, this unexpected pregnancy had filled me with hope. I had planned to surprise my husband, but instead he had surprised me first. For a moment, I wasn't sure whether to tell him about this pregnancy. When we got married, a medical exam revealed my blocked fallopian tubes, possibly making me infertile. I had been upfront with Max, expecting him to be conflicted, but instead he casually shrugged it off, saying, "No biggie, I'm child-free too. We're a perfect match." I believed him, feeling deeply touched, and we lived in peace for 3 years. Little did I know, his whole child-free act was a lie. He had secretly found another woman to bear his child. Suddenly, the door banged loudly. Max pushed the door outside. I quickly wiped my tears and lay down on the bed. Max pushed it open and walked in. He climbed in beside me, wrapping his arm around me from behind, his tone softening. "I'm sorry, honey. I know this is sudden. I was planning to tell you at the right time, but..." My body stiffened and I shifted away from him, seizing the opportunity to create some distance. His anger flared up again. "It's just borrowing a womb to have a child. You can't bear children and I need to carry on the White family line. And besides, it's not like I'm having an affair. I'm just using her to have a baby. Why are you so jealous?" After shouting, Max got up and stormed out of the room. Moments later, I heard the door slam. My heart sank. He went out at this time not for work. Where could he be going at this hour? The answer was obvious. Now I knew why he'd been coming home late so often lately, always using work as an excuse. He'd been spending time with Mandy, the woman carrying his child. I placed my hands on my still flat stomach, my emotions in turmoil. I cherished this hard-won baby more than anything, but the thought of Max having another woman bear his child filled me with disgust. As I wrestled with whether to keep the baby, I saw that Mandy had updated her social media. "I'm lucky to have the chance to bear his child, even if we can't be together. That's a kind of happiness too." A wave of anger surged within me. I immediately liked her post and left a comment. Only a shameless mistress would call having a bastard child happiness. Unexpectedly, no sooner had I posted the comment than Max's furious call came through. As soon as he spoke, he started to curse in a furious and vicious manner. "Vivian, what the hell is wrong with you? Mandy is pregnant, and you keep provoking her. I've explained 1,000 times there's nothing between us. It's just a deal. Can you stop being so venomous? Huh? Answer me." When I first found out what Max had done, I was heartbroken. But after being lied to repeatedly, and with him treating me this way, my heart had gone cold. As he screamed into the phone, I remained silent. When he finally finished, I spoke calmly. "There's nothing between you and her? Fine. Then tell me, where are you right now? Who is it, Max? It's late. Hang up and come take a shower." I heard Mandy's lazy voice through the phone before the line went dead. I laughed bitterly to myself. I had been wondering whether to keep this child. Now I had no doubt. The next morning, I drove myself to the maternity ward of the People's Hospital, intending to get an abortion. As I approached the hallway, I saw a familiar couple in the distance. It was Max and Mandy. I immediately slowed my steps and hid around the corner. Max was carefully helping Mandy sit on a bench in the hallway before he ran off to fetch some forms. I let out a bitter laugh and approached Mandy. She spotted me and looked startled for a moment before smirking at me with disdain. "What a coincidence. Are you here for a checkup too?" After saying that, she deliberately glanced at my flat stomach, her face feigning shock as she exclaimed, "Oh, I forgot. You're infertile, aren't you? Silly me, I didn't mean to offend you." Seeing the smug expression on her face, I let out a cold laugh. "You're actually proud of being a mistress, aren't you? I've never seen someone so shameless." "Vivian, shut up. If it weren't for me studying abroad back then, you'd never have married Max. You're the third wheel in our relationship, not me." Just then Max returned holding the forms. Seeing me arguing with Mandy, he rushed over. He immediately shielded Mandy behind him, glaring at me with fury in his eyes. "Vivian, what the hell are you doing? I'm warning you, stay away from Mandy and the baby." If you so much as think of harming them, I won't forgive you. Oh, you won't forgive me? Such big words, Max. What are you going to do, eat me? Kill me?